So, today is the 10th of August. Welcome to the show. This is Hashed Out Daily Crypto News with Cryptopolitan. I'm your host, Philip Kripe. Nice to have you guys with us. If you're just joining now, or if you've been with us for a while, hi, Alpedic10. Nice to have you with us. I believe it's the first time I've seen your name. I could be wrong. But nice to have you with us regardless. So, what we do is we discuss the news and what's going on in the world and all that sort of thing, but as it relates to crypto. And so, in that regards, we go to cryptopolitan.com, look at some of the articles, discuss them, hash it out with you guys in the comments, and discuss what's going on. That's kind of how this works. Hopefully you'll find it interesting, as I often do. Hi, Binance user 970EB. Nice to have you with us. And let's get going. All right. Generally wait a few minutes for people to jump in so we have some live feedback. All right. So the impact of U.S.-Russia nuclear war on Americans. U.S. presidential candidate Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has voiced serious concerns about the possibility and impact of a nuclear war between the U.S. and Russia. Based on research, an ensuing conflict could result in over 5 billion casualties, decimating nearly 99% of the population in major regions like the U.S., Europe, Russia, and China. The shadow of a devastating nuclear confrontation between the U.S. and Russia looms large over the horizon. It's a grim picture painted by U.S. presidential candidate Robert F. Kennedy Jr., or FK Jr., He's a Democratic contender against, potentially against Biden in the Democratic primaries. He's been very, a lot of the things he says are extremely similar to what you would hear on RT, which I find strange, because for years everybody's been saying that if you watch RT, you must be from the far right. So here's a guy who's saying the same things from RT, but he's kind of far left, worries about equality of outcome quite a bit. So we'll see what's up with that. I don't actually expect him to stand a chance against Biden in the primaries, because he's kind of an outlier and Democrats don't really like him much. Hi, Kevin Skywalker. Nice to have you with us. Hi, Binance user 970EB. Elon Musk's legal counsel wants Dogecoin class action lawsuit dismissed. Elon Musk's legal counsel, heated exchanges and allegations mark an escalation of the lawsuit. Tesla CEO Elon Musk's ongoing legal dispute with a group of disgruntled Dogecoin investors has taken another turn as his attorneys argue that the lawsuit has been dragging on for too long. In a recent filing submitted to a New York federal court, Musk's legal team requested the dismissal of the plaintiff's revised complaint, claiming that it is an example of abusive and belligerent litigation tactics. Lead attorney Evan Spencer, representing the class action lawsuit against Elon Musk, made a third amendment to the complaint in June, introducing additional allegations. Initially seeking $258 billion in damages when filed last June, the lawsuit accuses Musk of engaging in market manipulation, insider trading, and carnival barking about the popular meme coin and the cryptocurrency world. Elon Musk's affinity for Dogecoin has been well documented over the years, dating back to his initial tweet in April 2019, where he referred to Dogecoin as his favorite cryptocurrency. His interest continued to grow following his acquisition of Twitter. Hi, Joelson10. Nice to have you with us. For those curious, we're also streaming to YouTube for the second time today. So, interesting things happening. So, Musk's lawyers further contend that the allegations presented in the lawsuit are unfounded. They assert that the claims are based on the sale of Dogecoin from digital wallets not directly linked to Musk or Tesla, Additionally, they challenged the assertion that Musk's statements about Dogecoin were materially false or misleading. U.S. District Judge Alvin Hellerstein, who presides over the case, set a deadline for Musk's legal team to respond to the amended complaint by Monday. The attorneys representing the Dogecoin investors are expected to file their opposition to the motion for dismissal by early September, according to court proceedings. So this is going to take a while, and we'll see what happens. That's often the case with these situations. All right. So, Bitstamp announces temporary suspension of select altcoins for U.S. customers. I wonder which ones. Let's see. Exchanges respond to regulatory scrutiny with token suspensions. The 7 cryptocurrencies, so let's see, this is from August 29th. You won't be able to use these on Bitstamp. The 7 cryptocurrencies affected by this decision are AXS, Chiliz, CHZ, Mana, Matic, Near, Sand, and Solana. The ones I'm the most surprised by are Matic, that's Polygon, Sand, that's the Sandbox, and Solana, that's Solana. So those are like layer 1, well, not Sand, but that's a metaverse. Why? All of the affected tokens have faced allegations by the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission of being unregistered securities in complaints against prominent cryptocurrency exchanges, Binance and Coinbase. Bitstamp emphasized that it urges its users to take action promptly, encouraging them to carry out any desired buy or sell orders involving the affected assets before the August 29th deadline. So if you use Bitstamp, you might want to trade those in for something else. Following this cutoff date, trading activities related to AXS, CHZ, Mana, Matic, Near, Sand, and Sol will be permanently disabled on the Bitstamp platform. However, even though trading will no longer be available, Bitstamp clarified that users will still be able to retain the 7 tokens in their accounts and initiate withdrawals whenever they choose. So you can either withdraw it or trade it. Interesting. The regulatory scrutiny around these tokens has also led to adjustments in operational practices. The Sandbox, for instance, has introduced mandatory Know Your Customer, KYC, verification for sand staking following regulatory events. At present, the SEC identifies a total of 68 cryptocurrencies as securities, highlighting the scope of the regulatory concerns within the industry. Established in 2011, Bitstamp holds the distinction of being the world's oldest cryptocurrency exchange. Headquartered in Luxembourg, the platform boasts a diverse selection of approximately 30 coins and tokens available for trading. Over the past 24 hours, the exchange facilitated trading activities amounting to around $164 million worth of digital currencies. The suspension of trading for U.S. customers underscores the evolving landscape of cryptocurrency regulations and the ripple effects on exchanges and their offerings. It is what it is, I guess. Why is the crypto market up today? So this was yesterday. BTC flirts around $30,000. We did see it at 29,000 and something. The crypto market sees a green industry in the last 24 hours, courtesy of multiple economic sentiments. The Fear and Greed Index was at 53 yesterday when we checked together on the show. Because after we go through the news, we look at the current market prices of most of the important coins out there. Crypto market analysts point out the recent market surge stems from concerns about banks in the wake of Moody's downgrade of 10 mid-sized U.S. banks and an unexpected Italian windfall tax. Shiba Inu leads the market surge due to the effect of the BitPay payment segment. Nice. Elsewhere, Reddit-based tokens Moon increased by 14% for a second consecutive day. Rollbit and Unibot alternative tokens drove the most gains for traders due to separate catalysts. The crypto casino Rollbit revealed plans to buy and burn its tokens using daily platform revenues. We did talk about that yesterday. One market analyst opined that the recent growth of cryptocurrencies likely occurred as investors digested a new surge of concerns about banks. The crypto market has increased by 1.4% overall in the last 24 hours. So So this was yesterday. Let's see what's happening today. NVIDIA unveils next generation AI products to boost revolution. Okay, what are they? From groundbreaking AI-focused super chip to more user-friendly developer tools, NVIDIA's latest offerings solidify its position as a driving force behind the advancement of AI technology. Hi, Angle Moha, nice to have you with us. All right. The spotlight at this year's NVIDIA presentation during SIGGRAPH 2023, an annual event dedicated to computer graphics technology and research, was firmly on AI. Jensen Huang, CEO of NVIDIA, emphasized that generative AI represents a pivotal moment similar to the internet revolution of years past. He predicted that AI would become the driving force behind most human-computer interactions in the near future. Huang projected that every single application, every single database, whatever you interact with within a computer, you'll likely be first engaging with a large language model. By seamlessly integrating software and specialized hardware, NVIDIA aims to bridge the gap and unlock the full potential of AI. The standout star of the event was the Grace Hopper Superchip GH200, an innovative GPU boasting high bandwidth memory 3E, HBM3E. With an impressive bandwidth of up to 2 terabytes per second, HBM3E outperforms the previous generation HBM2E by nearly threefold. NVIDIA defines the Grace Hopper chip as an accelerated CPU designed from the ground up for giant-scale AI and high-performance computing, or HPC, applications. This powerful chip combines the architecture of NVIDIA's Grace high-performance CPUs and Hopper high-performance GPUs, thus Grace Hopper, drawing inspiration from the esteemed American computer scientist Grace Hopper. Nice. The GH200 is projected to offer up to 6 times the training performance of NVIDIA's flagship A100 GPU for larger AI models and is set to hit the market in the second quarter of 2024. Huang touted the GH200 as a new engine for training and inference, suggesting that future groundbreaking models would follow this pattern. He humorously remarked that this super chip might even be capable of running Crysis, a notoriously hardware-intensive video game. Not stopping at hardware advancements, NVIDIA also unveiled its latest RTX workstation GPUs based on the Ada Lovelace architecture. So the RTX 5000, RTX 4500, and RTX 4000 GPUs offer up to 5 times the performance compared to previous generation boards, catering to AI development, 3D rendering, video editing, and other demanding professional workflows. While the flagship RTX 6000 Ada remains the go-to choice for maximum performance, the expanded lineup aims to accommodate a broader range of users. These GPUs are expected to be available from major OEMs starting in the third quarter of 2023, I would imagine. It says 2022, that's not right. Though they come with premium price tags starting at $1,250, so $1,250 for the RTX 4000, around $4,000 for the RTX 5000. For professionals and enterprises venturing into advanced AI applications, NVIDIA introduced the data center scale GPU NVIDIA L40, boasting up to 18,176 CUDA cores and 48 gigabytes of VRAM. The L40 promises an impressive 9.2 times increase in AI training performance compared to the A100. NVIDIA revealed that global server manufacturers plan to incorporate the L40 into their systems, enabling businesses to efficiently and cost-effectively train massive AI models. Additionally, NVIDIA showcased its commitment to enhancing video applications with the unveiling of a suite of GPU-accelerated software, development kits, and cloud-native service called Maxine. That's a lot of tech that can be used for that. That's pretty cool. So, let's see. Lawsuit targets FTX law firm over shady setup. Oh, the law firm itself? So, Fenwick and West LLP faces class action lawsuit over alleged involvement in FTX's multi-billion-dollar scandal. The law firm is accused of creating shadowy entities to divert FTX customer funds. FTX collapsed in November 2022, unable to handle massive customer withdrawals. So, FTX customers have rallied to file a suit in California's district court, aiming their criticism at the law firm's questionable involvement in FTX's business maneuvers. They accuse Fenwick and West LLP of not only overstepping the bounds of their legal duties, but also of masterminding and implementing ingenious yet illicit strategies to perpetuate deception. One of the claims speaks of the law firm's role in birthing elusive entities, notably named North Dimension and North Wireless Dimension. These organizations reportedly act as the conduit for diverting customer funds from FTX. It's beyond unsettling when a law firm's actions speak louder than words. While Fenwick and West LLP could have intervened and prevented FTX's alleged misinformation spree to its customers, the plaintiffs believe the law firm played mute, echoing complicity. They suggest a sinister collaboration between FTX US, other FTX branches, and Fenwick and West LLP, lured by the law firm's potential financial windfall from FTX's questionable activities. Wow. Yep, so we'll see how that lawsuit goes. Microsoft ventures into digital payments and CBDCs. Interesting. Hi, Freundische 2008. Nice to have you with us. This is 2008. I'm trying to remember how to say 2000 in German. Hi, Mani Aruzam, man, 1998. I recognize you from recently. Nice to have you with us as well. Microsoft collaborates with Aptos Labs to promote global Web3 adoption. Aptos Assistant introduced to simplify user onboarding into the Web3 ecosystem. Partnership to explore asset tokenization, digital payments, and CBDCs. Aptos to enhance security by running validator nodes on Microsoft's Azure. Interesting. What is the CBDC part? For many, the coupling of artificial intelligence with blockchain might seem a match made in tech heaven. Mo Sheikh, the driving force behind Aptos Labs, sees this fusion as the key to the next evolutionary leap for the internet. Meanwhile, Rashmi Misra of Microsoft notes the potential of such a combination to spawn revolutionary applications, streamlining user onboarding into Web3. Interesting. Russia set to test digital ruble with 13 banks. I wonder which banks. Do we have the lists? Reports have it that the Bank of Russia is set to begin operational testing for their CBDC on August the 15th across 13 banks. According to the deputy governor, citizens and businesses will be able to actively use the national digital currency on their own terms beginning in 2025, so in 2 years. CBDCs will make an important conversation in the BRICS meeting coming at the end of the year, which Russia is a part of. Actually, there's a BRICS meeting coming this month. So which 13 banks? I believe this is partly to try to circumvent sanctions and partly to control what people can do with their money. We have seen some Russians support Ukrainian NGOs and things like that. That might be one of the kinds of things that they could do. Also, we saw that the Brazilian CBDC, they could just take money out of your account, raise or lower what money was in your account at any time. And we saw the British looking at a CBDC where you couldn't have more than, I think it was 5,000 British pounds or CBDC pounds, central bank digital currency at a time. So we're looking at more and more government control in these situations, and the Russian government spent more on intelligence services the last year than they did on the military, even though they're in a special military operation, which is basically a war. So a third-party polling organization polled 1,600 Russians for the larger Vedomosti. Only 15% were aware of intentions to implement the CBDC in 2025. 55% were aware of the concept but were unaware of the specifics. The remaining 30% were informed for the first time by the pollster. So a lot of people have no idea this is happening. So how will this CBDC work? According to the announcement, the initial phase of the pilot program would concentrate on refining fundamental processes such as the establishment and funding of digital ruble accounts, digital wallets, digital ruble transactions between individuals, simple automated payments, and the use of QR codes for transactions involving the purchase of goods and services. Participants in the pilot program will be able to use digital rubles to make purchases in 11 Russian cities. By the end of 2023, it is anticipated that the roster of pilot participants will be expanded to include both individuals and enterprises. The range of transactions will be expanded in 2024 with an additional payment scenario using a dynamic QR code and permitting transfers between legal organizations. Furthermore, the scope of templates for simple automated payments will be expanded. The launch of the digital ruble pilot had previously been postponed indefinitely due to the fact that its legislation had only passed to the first reading in the State Duma, the lower chamber of the Federal Assembly. Nonetheless, Russia moved on with the central bank digital currency program, with President Vladimir Putin enacting digital ruble law on July 24th. Let's see, was there something else that was important to note? This is an interesting way of doing it, like the QR code, and that's a different way of doing things there. That's not very technological. They're probably trying to go without the internet. Hi, Binance user 970 EB. Russia has set up their internet connection to be completely severable. They can turn off the internet whenever they want. That might have something to do with that QR choice. In Russia at the moment, you aren't allowed to receive cryptocurrency or really use cryptocurrency. You're allowed to mine cryptocurrency and then sell it for rubles as a way to keep the ruble up. So it's a very strange situation that they're having their own CBDC at the same time. Biden's family bagged $20 million from shady foreign sources. The U.S. House Oversight Committee reveals Biden family bank records. Records show over $20 million from foreign sources, notably Russia, Kazakhstan, and Ukraine. Funds linked to dinners in Washington attended by Joe Biden when he was vice president. So it's finally coming out. Delving into the nitty-gritty, a closer look at the bank records reveals transactions that extend beyond domestic confines. The tentacles of these financial dealings reach as far as Russia, Kazakhstan, and Ukraine. These countries have collectively been a source of more than $20 million in income for the Biden family. Hunter Biden, the president's son, emerges as the focal point of these dealings. His commercial activities with these foreign bodies have been charted extensively, offering some clarity to the flow of funds. However, the backdrop to these transactions is intriguing. James Comer, the committee's chairman, hints at a trade not in services or goods, but in influence and access. The exchange, according to the records, appears to have been orchestrated during Joe Biden's tenure as vice president. That much is pretty clear. For example, we know that in Ukraine, the CEO of Burisma was forced to pay money to Joe Biden and Hunter Biden in exchange for Joe Biden getting rid of the prosecutor who was doing research into Burisma. That's something that's been around for a long time. That story is not new. I'm surprised that there are no mentions of China, but I guess they came afterwards. The unfolding scenario poses two pivotal questions. Is President Biden compromised? And an extension, is the nation's security hanging by a thread? The Oversight Committee isn't resting on its findings. Their probe is still in full swing, aiming to peel back further layers of this intricate narrative. Their objective is clear: to discern the extent of foreign influence, if any, on the nation's highest office. Witness testimonies will be paramount in this regard. The committee's pursuit is to understand whether the president's past financial ties, as suggested by the bank records, have any bearing on his present role. Still wondering why he didn't have the Air Force shoot down the Chinese spy balloons before they reached the Atlantic from the Pacific. Just saying. That's one of the things that's very intriguing about this whole story. So, top crypto tweets of the day, August 9th. Let's see. Phantom's DEX Spirit Swap is running low on funds and might close shop. Wow. This is according to Wu Blockchain. Announced that the Phantom ecosystem DEX Spirit Swap announced that due to the multi-chain incident, the project had run out of funds and could no longer support daily operations. Spirit Swap is currently looking for a new team to take over the project. If there is no team to take over, just opened Twitter, same thing right now. Spirit Swap will automatically stop operating on September 1st. Wow. Neuralink, Elon Musk's brain implant startup, raises $280 million. Over the weekend, USDT again lost its dollar peg on centralized exchanges. Oh. Yep, I didn't pay attention to that. How much? 5 cents. 5 to 6 cents. In hindsight, Doge might be one of the easiest plays based on everything going on with X and Elon Musk. Some exposure is necessary at this point. Yeah, it's been lower than this, but it hasn't, yeah, been much lower than this. Total TVL declines. Will TVL for any major L1, L2s not named base grow in August, or is base going to take all the oxygen out of the room? Here's the starting point. Where does base end the month? Interesting. It's an interesting question, which we don't have an answer to. Threads versus Twitter. 1 month ago, Jim Cramer said Mark Zuckerberg killed Twitter. Inverse Cramer never fails. Oh my gosh, that is funny. Yes, he failed again. Oh my gosh, that's just too funny. Yep. Cumulative Bitcoin transaction volume, change adjusted, just went above $40 trillion. Nice. Without a central bank, without a government, without a CEO, without asking for permission. Crypto is now trading in a continuation bullish pattern. You could see it that way. That's according to Ash Crypto on Twitter. Many altcoins are showing signs of life. Bitcoin's pushed back above $30,000, instilling confidence in crypto markets. Many altcoins are showing signs of life. Keep an eye on FOMO levels if prices continue pushing forward for the day, with Sol, Ton, HBAR among the surging assets creating bullish narratives. So according to this, Sol went up 7%, Ton 6%, and HBAR 9%. We'll take a look at those in a second. Hi Malik, 4,800. Nice to have you with us. PayPal stablecoins, PYUSD's first transaction tested a value of $69.42 and some dust behind that. PayPal stablecoins, first transaction. That is such a random value to 69.42.69. That's a meme if I've ever seen one. BlackRock insiders say spot Bitcoin ETF approval is expected within 6 months. Nice. There are two, Whale Chart and BTC Archive sharing that. Ethereum just surpassed 100 million non-zero addresses, according to Altcoin Daily. Nice. Twitter fined $350,000 after Elon Musk refuses to give U.S. government access to President Trump's account. What? Okay, that sounds super shady, that the government would want access to a former president's account. Best Twitter threads of the day, August 9th. So those were top crypto tweets. Let's look at top threads real quick here. Actually, this is kind of hard to go through, but you can look these up. You can check it out on Cryptopolitan.com. Go to our last page of news for now. I'm going to skip the memes and the price predictions. PayPal's PYUSD stablecoin launch raises eyebrows in Washington. I have an idea of why. Congresswoman Maxine Waters expresses concerns over PayPal PYUSD stablecoin launch, emphasizing the need for federal oversight due to the company's vast reach. Despite regulatory challenges, the stablecoin market is projected to grow exponentially, with PayPal set to compete with major players like Tether and Circle. She's not a very big fan of crypto, it seems. Ripple gears up for response as SEC plans appeal an ongoing legal battle. Oh, are they actually going to do it? Ripple Labs' legal battle with the SEC gains attention, focusing on the upcoming appeal. Ripple's general counsel asserts that the SEC's appeal in the XRP case is unwarranted. Urgency surrounds the appeal process, potentially altering the Ripple versus SEC case trajectory. So according to Stuart Alderodi, who is Ripple's general counsel, the SEC does not have the right to appeal just yet, which is why they are asking permission to file an interlocutory appeal. Ripple will file its response with the court next week. So we'll see how that goes. Hi Mahesh, 89, 85, 79. Nice to have you with us. So, FTX exchange administrators clash with creditor panel over asset control. FTX's administrators have criticized a creditor panel, accusing them of prioritizing control over the exchange's assets without considering all stakeholders. The dispute emerged after a draft reorganization plan was proposed, with the creditor panel suggesting investment in short-term treasuries and a structured approach to managing FTX's crypto holdings. The bankruptcy saga of the once mighty FTX crypto exchange took another twist this week. The exchange's administrators have publicly criticized traders and market makers on a key creditor panel. The bone of contention? Allegations that these traders are more interested in controlling FTX's assets than considering the broader implications for all stakeholders involved. This dispute comes on the heels of a draft reorganization plan proposed last month by FTX's new management team, led by Chief Restructuring Officer John J. Ray III. The official committee of unsecured creditors has taken issue with this plan, claiming they were not adequately consulted. They argue that FTX could be capitalizing better on its significant cash and token assets. However, in a counter-argument filed this Wednesday, FTX's legal team stated that there had been ample discussions between both parties. They further insinuated that the objections raised by the creditor panel might be driven by individual interests rather than a collective concern for all stakeholders. The legal reps for FTX believe the panel's approach hints at a desire to control the billions in liquid assets that FTX holds. This control, they fear, would be handed over to unrestricted crypto traders and market makers. For context, the FTX empire, founded by SBF, crumbled last November in a scandal that prosecutors have described as one of the largest financial frauds in U.S. history. When FTX.com filed for bankruptcy, it owed its customers a staggering $8.7 billion. Since then, about $7 billion in liquid assets have been recovered. Still needs about $1.7 billion then. Another significant point of contention between FTX and the creditor panel revolves around managing FTX's crypto holdings. In a filing from July 31st, the panel suggested that FTX should adopt a more structured approach to managing its crypto assets. This includes staking, which involves pledging tokens to support the operation of a blockchain, potentially earning rewards in the process. However, FTX's advisors have countered this suggestion. They claim that the creditor panel has been against asset sales that could provide much-needed liquidity to the estate. Instead, they accuse the panel of favoring a strategy that involves holding on to significant crypto assets for the long term. So the crypto guys went to hodl and the legal team went to sell. That's not too surprising. Difference of nature, I guess. Binance's BNB chain gears up for major upgrades. Ooh. Shiny new stuff, right? What's going to happen? Let's see. So Binance's BNB chain is set for 2 major hard forks in August. Plato introduces the BP126 evolution proposal for enhanced security, while Hertz focuses on aligning with the latest Ethereum virtual machine developments. The upgrades aim to reduce chain reorganization risks, stabilize block production, and ensure BNB chain's compatibility with recent Ethereum forks. So this has captured the crypto community's attention, poised to undergo 2 significant hard forks. Plato and Hertz are the names of the upgrades. We just discussed what they are. BP126 evolution and the Hertz upgrade. So let's see, August 10th, so that's today, is the introduction of BEP 126, and then That's for a fast finality mechanism, which is expected to eliminate the potential for blocks to be reverted. And then Hertz is August 30th, and that'll be aligning the BNB chain with the latest developments in EVM blockchains. Nice. That's pretty good. France's shocking crypto regulatory twist. Okay, what happened? I'm French as well as American, so it was like, oh no. Hi, Alalilu. Nice to have you with us. I'm doing okay. Bit tired. Haven't slept much today, but thanks for asking. How are you? Oh, hi, Kevin Skywalker again. Hello, Kiko67. Nice to have you with us. Hello. So, France has announced revisions to its registration requirements for cryptocurrency firms in a move to align more closely with the new regulations for the sector outlined by the European Union. The French financial regulator, the AMF, revealed these changes on Thursday. With the imminent implementation of the Markets in Crypto Assets, or MiCA, regulation across EU member states within the next 12 to 18 months, various countries are working to adapt their systems. The MiCA regulations seek to regulate digital assets and the operations of companies intending to offer services within the EU's single market. France, which already has a comprehensive licensing structure for crypto firms in place, is making adjustments to ensure compliance with MiCA. This has prompted the nation to actively encourage crypto enterprises to register within its borders. The updated registration requirements that become effective on January 1st, 2024 will be obligatory for new entrants, quote unquote, seeking to provide regulated services, according to the AMF. Additionally, the AMF's modifications will enable an expedited procedure for authorization for firms that have been conducting operations within the country and have already received approval. The AMF emphasized that digital asset service providers that secured basic registration before January 1st, 2024 will be safeguarded by a grandfather clause and will remain under the regulatory framework that existed prior to this date. The revised provisions within the AMF general regulation pertain to digital asset service providers and address such areas as security and internal control systems, systems for managing conflicts of interest, clear, accurate, and non-misleading information, public pricing policies, specific custody provisions, like segregation of client assets versus own assets. The new rules also prohibit firms from utilizing client assets without obtaining explicit prior consent from the clients. It's fascinating. So, it sounds like a lot of user protections. Sounds like a good thing, actually. Coinbase unveils Layer 2 blockchain base for decentralized finance. Coinbase has unveiled its Ethereum Layer 2 blockchain base. We've talked about Base a lot on the show in the last few weeks, making it the first crypto exchange to do so publicly. Base aims to usher in a new era of decentralized finance by inviting developers and users onto its network. Despite its innovative move, Coinbase faces an ongoing SEC investigation alongside Binance.us. This is also true. So, a lot of crazy stuff going on. Nigeria adopts blockchain to fight certificate fraud. Interesting. The National Information Technology Development Agency, NITDA, has disclosed plans to incorporate blockchain technology into the country's issuing and verifying of National Youth Service Corps certificates. The proposed system aims to consolidate all National Youth Service Corps certificates onto the blockchain, affording individuals a streamlined process to validate their credentials securely in Nigeria. Blockchain application and certificate issuance represents a pivotal avenue to unlock the multifaceted opportunities presented by this technology. Kashifu Inuwa Abdullahi, the Director General of Nigeria's National Information Technology Development Agency, or NITDA, has unveiled plans to integrate blockchain technology into the issuance and verification process of National Youth Service Corps certificates in the country. So, the program mandates university graduates below the age of 30 to partake in a year-long national service, engaging in community development initiatives and cultural integration. This announcement was made during the Stakeholders Policy Dialogue, an event focused on the implementation of the national blockchain policy. Organized by NITDA in partnership with the Blockchain Association of Nigeria, SIBAN, the dialogue centered on addressing challenges within the National Youth Service Corps certificate system, which has been plagued by rampant counterfeiting. Yeah, because who wants to spend a year doing community service? And most countries, community service is reserved for criminals as a way for them to make penance. So it's not supposed to be a fun thing in most cases. Hello, Two-Face and Domino741. Nice to have you guys with us. I recognize you from previous shows. So yeah, they're trying to fight people cheating the system. Ban Binance and save Naira, proposes Nigerian Trade Association. What? The Association of Bureau de Change Operators of Nigeria, ABCON, has called on the Nigerian government to impose a ban on Binance, BNB, citing concerns over its impact on the country's national currency, the Naira. Alhaji Aminu Gwadabe, the president of ABCON, expressed to the media that the exchange has emerged as a central hub for both Nigeria's official currency exchange market and the parallel market for USD. Besides facing regulatory scrutiny in the United States, the exchange has encountered similar issues in Nigeria. So they're calling on banning Binance. Crazy. Let's see how this goes. Right now, the Nigerian Naira is weakened to 917 Naira per US dollar. That could be really good for exports. Just saying. The value of a currency versus the dollar going down is not necessarily a bad thing for that country. Hi, Jahid Hassan, 789. Nice to have you with us. Box Boy R. That's funny. Alright, so we've looked at the news. We've seen what's going on. Let's go check the CoinMarketCap and see what's going on with Bitcoin is at $29,576. It was at $29,600 something dollars right before I started reading it. Ethereum is at $1,857.86. Both up around 0.20% in the last hour. Down a little bit, but up 1 point something in the last 7 days. That's usually a pretty good sign. BNB at $242.62. XRP down to 63 cents. It was up to 66 yesterday. We went down 3.74% in the last 24 hours. Let's see. Dogecoin at 7 cents. 7 cents 607. Cardano at 29 cents 95. Solana at $24.70. Up 0.77% in the last hour, whereas Dogecoin is up 1% in the last hour. Tron at 7 cents. Matic on Polygon at 69 cents 56. It's in the green for the last 7 days, 24 hours and hour, albeit only 0.02% in the last 24 hours. Down 0.03 in the last 24 hours all of a sudden. Seems like there's a lot of movement. What's the Fear and Greed Index? It's at 52 at the moment. Let's look at the biggest winners in the last 24 hours. So we have XDC Network, Rocket Pool, Rune on Thorchain, Maker, DYDX, Shiba Inu. Shiba Inu up 21.72% in the last 7 days. Well, who were the biggest winners in the last 7 days? Shiba Inu. OKB at 14.75%, Thorchain at 13%, DYDX at 11.75%, HBAR at 9.40%, Sol at 8.45%. There's been some wild growth. Biggest losers in the last 7 days: XDC Network, Mantle, Woo Network, Optimism. These are all between 5 and 12% down the last 7 days. Not all bad. Some things are looking up for them. XRP down 4.5% in the last 7 days. Tezos down 3.75%. Tezos is at, or XTZ is at 79 cents right now. Interesting. So let's see who the biggest losers are in the last 24 hours then. Aptos, Optimism, down 5.76% for Aptos to $7.37, down 4.25% for Optimism to $1.58. XRP is one of the biggest losers in the last 24 hours, losing 4%. Yesterday was at 66 cents. Today it's at 63, so that is a pretty big drop. H-bar down 3.97% to 5 cents. Let's see, Stellar down to 14 cents. SWE down to 59 cents compared to yesterday. Is anything big happening in the last hour? Shiba Inu up 1.63% in the last hour. Aave up 1.14% in the last hour. Pepe up almost 1% in the last hour. Dogecoin up almost 1% in the last hour. Interesting. Biggest losers in the last hour. H-bar down 1.63%. Let's see. Yeah, nothing big other than that. It's all under 0% change otherwise in the down. All right, I guess that's kind of wraps up our show for today. It's a pretty quick show. Hi, Jahid Hassan 789, Binance user 511 2B, and Mad PS. Nice to have you with us. Thanks for joining. If this is your first time here, don't hesitate to like the video and subscribe so that you can get notifications when we go live again. We should have interviews on Fridays in the future. I'm not certain if we're having one tomorrow. Something I should find out pretty soon. If not, we'll have a regular news show, and then we'll have interviews on the next Friday probably. And I still haven't had time to jump on during the weekend or in the evening and play a game and just discuss things with you guys about the ongoing news at the same time. It's kind of a way to chill out and discuss things together without being so, I don't know, violent about things, I guess. Yeah, today was a bit crazy. Started out with potential nuclear war in our news. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of crazy things about that right now with kind of conspiracy theories and people thinking that you can just tell a government to switch out who the president is because they feel like it. That's not how that works. So the world is what it is, and we're looking at it to try to make the best decisions we can on a personal note. Hi X to Z1K, nice to have you with us. Alright, thank you guys very much for jumping on the show, and thank you for any likes and subscribes, your comments, especially if they're related to the show. They mean a lot to me. Thank you very much. Have a great afternoon, evening, morning, depending on your time zone. Just have a great Thursday. See you guys.